I don't ride for nobody, no badge, no crew. Truth don't play favors, it just come through. I don't take sides, I take time and review. So to put it, let the context break through. If you clean, that stamp stay true.
Police react to a CVS call for somebody messing with a kid in the parking lot. Apparently, another individual who saw the thing happening decided to act before the police showed up and laid his hands upon the person perpetrating the crime upon the child. Now, we're going to watch what happened when the police arrived, but they're also going to give you a brief background and subsequently what happened to the perpetrator. All right. Now, again, there's some moral lessons we're going to eventually have to get into for this particular conversation that they didn't tackle, but we will for the sake of, clarity. Let's go.
In Broward County, Florida, Margate police officers responded to reports of a kidnapped child near a local fair.
I was walking here to CVS to go see my brother, and then after he just grabs me, and then he starts like hugging me, like he was grabbing my waist and everything. He started grabbing my wristband, and then after he made me kiss him like he's so nasty.
I don't know y'all, bro. Stand over there. Don't leave, okay? Stand with your brother. I don't know you.
He's saying you don't know him, but pretty soon you might find out that he don't have to know him to do what he was doing. Okay, like we had a conversation some time ago about Big Brother, and how some people don't really realize that cameras are what we call everywhere. Everywhere. If you plan on doing something stupid, here's a food for thought. Don't. That's the first thing. But secondarily, understand that wherever you are, you're probably going to be seen. This ain't like Ninja Turtles 1995, okay? We are talking about on every street corner, usually at every traffic light, most of the time at every post on every store, you're going to find a camera. Or somebody going to have a phone. And every phone these days have a camera. We're not talking Nokia brick phones no more, okay? So just be aware that if you think your crime ain't gonna get caught on camera, it will. This is candid camera on steroids, okay?
Don't start it. Don't. She was just in the liquor store. Put your hands back. Put your hands behind your back. I will. I don't know if it's bro.
Do you see everything?
I saw it all. He was right here. What I did, I don't know. He him off is right here.
All right, stand up. All right, stand up. We're gonna talk right now. Just stand up.
Let me get my water. Let me get my water. Let me get my cologne, bro.
What are you talking about? There's nothing there.
If you ever find yourself so drunk that you see in stuff that ain't there, you've drunk enough. That is enough drinking. The cutoff limit passed about 15 drinks ago. He is so gone. Part of it might be what happened to him too, because he also had something to eat, but it wasn't real food. You'll see what I mean by him having something to eat. And so he's got multiple issues going on, the drink and then the food. I think the food might be the more affecting thing, but the compounding agent would have been the drink. Just so you know. And again, I'll show you the food in a second.
All right, now what's the problem? Why y'all picking me up? What happened? What the problem? I ain't do nothing, bro.
Not a problem, no.
What's the problem, bro?
All right, just stand here and spread your legs.
What's the problem, bro? I ain't got nothing.
Relax. All right, relax.
Bro, you touching me for what, bro? For no reason,
Because we're investigating a crime. And you're detained right now.
All right, bro, I ain't doing that.
All right, well, we're gonna find out.
Bro,
Relax.
I'm in handcuffs, bro.
All right, so relax.
Stop.
Bro,
Relax.
I'm in handcuffs.
Relax. Well, we're
Bro,
gonna
I'm
figure
in
everything
handcuffs.
out.
What
Yeah.
can I do in handcuffs, bro?
Stop moving is what we're asking you to do.
Well, what can I do in handcuffs, man?
You'd be surprised, bro.
Yeah. This will encourage you to go back and watch some of our videos. But if you go back, you'll find a video with a very nonchalant officer speaking to another individual just off screen around the corner. And he was talking to this individual and I mean, this was probably the most calm and sarcastic officer I have ever heard, but it was hilarious because as he was speaking to the guy, he was saying, "You're gonna have to shoot me, man." And he's like, "Okay." And then he said, "You better make it 3 shots." And I don't think it was 15 seconds later, pop, pop, pop. He made sure to give the man what he wanted. This officer sounds an awful lot like that guy. What am I going to do with handcuffs, man? You'd be surprised. And you would be surprised because there are some people, regardless of whether they're handcuffed or not, are dangerous even if their hands are behind their back. Okay? So don't ever think because someone's restrained, they're somehow incapable of violence. Please erase that thought from your head because it happens all the time.
Get inside the car. Come on. What?
Sit inside the car.
Bro, come on. You're an adult. Come on, bro. Don't make us have to pull.
What I did.
I did.
I'm gonna work on getting a parent. Do you have mom or dad around?
Yeah, they're coming. They're dropping us off at the
Yeah,
fair.
my mom's calling me right now.
Now, this is where the moral lesson comes in, people. Okay. These people are individually under 15. Okay. So in my world, this is my world. This is just a safety lesson from my world. After certain hours, I don't see a logical reason for a child to be out there unaccompanied in the dark at a fair anywhere near 9, 8 o'clock. I don't see the value of it. Especially if you're living in an area where a certain thing happens all the time. And you will hear that in a minute. So the parental logic seems to evade me. I don't understand why they would allow that. And it might have been avoidable if they had just been present. Moral lesson number 1.
Okay. Tell her to meet us here.
So we're gonna take care of it. I was over there. He was with his girlfriend. Mom, come. Mom, you need to come now. No, something. You're at CVS. Okay, come, cause something happened.
Can you just stand with them? Apparently this guy, super intoxicated, grabbed the little one, made him hug him, and made him kiss him. Yeah. So we're trying to get the whole story. Mom is about to be here.
I chased him down.
So you actually saw him forced?
Yes.
So what was
He
it?
was grabbing his hair.
Had him in a headlock.
Did you see him like kiss him?
Yeah, he had his hair. He was in his face.
It was in his face. Okay. Did you see him actually kiss him, or I'm just trying to get everything exact what you saw?
I saw him grab his hair and he went down like this.
Okay.
My parents are coming.
Did he actually kiss you? Okay, so he like grabbed my face and he went like that. Okay. Did he say anything?
He's like, come here and give me a kiss.
I knew that. Well, bring my water. Now you can apply this and say the man was intoxicated, he didn't know what he was doing, he was drunk. Here's a problem with drunk people. Okay, in general, I've been a drunk person before. I could admit that. I think I've admitted this. I had a whole different life before the person you see on screen before. Anyway, I remember being drunk, and I do some things that were supposedly not in character, but they were in my head. You see, what happened when you're drunk, the intrusive thoughts that you normally don't let out are let out. That the gates are open, bars are off, you are free because all inhibitors are poo, especially when you're that drunk. Yeah. I don't act like this wouldn't a drunk. I don't care if he's drunk. This is stuff that he probably had in his head to already do, and the alcohol just made it easy.
Like he just started like it was so weird.
Police obtained security footage from a nearby liquor store showing the victim being approached by 29-year-old Randy Ronaldo Shillingford. The 12-year-old victim was trailing behind his 13-year-old brother, who told police he ran ahead to use the bathroom at a CVS down the road. Both were spending their night at the Margate Fair. Over the next several minutes, Randy appears to grapple and drag the 12-year-old dozens of yards away. Bystanders in civilian vehicles pass by, possibly unaware of the seriousness behind what is happening. After being pulled about 100 yards, the victim breaks free and runs north toward CVS. Randy initially stays nearby, then begins walking in the opposite direction. He is then caught on camera receiving vigilante justice from what officials called a Good Samaritan.
Now, you remember that food I told you he had? There was the meal, a 3-piece that he got served up free of charge. I think the person saw him and thought, you know what, you could use something to eat right now. You look a little hungry, and he offered him such a meal. Now that went along with the drink that he had. Of course, he didn't have to wash it down because apparently the 3-piece went really good because he went down immediately. Um, this is usually what happens if you put your hands on little kids and try to do exactly that like kiss and look. I'm not a proponent of violence. I'm not an advocate for people being violent. However, I am not I don't rebel against someone taking certain actions when certain people are seen doing things with children. I just don't see that as being problematic. I think if more perpetrators were aware that individuals roaming around would do something to them if they harm kids, they might be less likely to harm kids. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain fear that might be in them. A little bit of a cautionary tale might come across their mind and say, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't do that, you know? Yeah. So y'all might disagree with the vigilante justice, but at the same time, warranted, I think. He out. It was a good meal. He's full.
Seconds later, police arrive on the scene. The Margate Fair has drawn controversy in recent years for its allegedly rising criminal activity, with some believing this is due to it being open late at night and attracting a bad crowd. Reports indicate that in recent years, the fair has seen children pepper sprayed, overdoses requiring Narcan, a carnival worker arrested as a sex offender, a fair worker accused of selling drugs, reports of 500 juveniles clogging parking lots, and shots of unidentified gunfire. In a separate incident, a carnival worker fired a gun and struck a 91-year-old woman in the foot at a nearby assisted living facility. Police Major Kevin Stransky of the Margate Police Department can be quoted saying, "If we continue to host these carnivals, I fear that it isn't if, but when, that something potentially tragic will happen to either one of our officers or someone in the public." Months before this night, the town debated closing the fair by 10 o'clock, with Town Commissioner Arlene Schwartz stating that nothing good happens at that time. Posts from late 2025 show the fair stays open until 1 in the morning on some nights, indicating no permanent changes were made. Unsurprisingly, the incident in this video occurred shortly past 10 o'clock. After his arrest, Randy was charged with 1 count of kidnapping a child under the age of 13, 1 count of lewd or lascivious conduct towards a minor, 1 count of strong arm robbery, likely due to the victim reporting Randy kept trying to take his bracelets, and 1 count of battery.
Moral lesson number 2. Remember, so there might be some moral lessons here. Number 2, if it is a known fact that this particular fair is an issue, or any place you're going to, venue, is known to have nefarious people there and activities that would normally harm people, maybe don't take your 12 and 13-year-old children to drop them off, especially with their girlfriend. I'm just saying, it just seemed like a little bit of a poor parenting choice. Is that what the bet? Yeah, that's a poor parenting choice. I would have thought that at minimum you would stay. She seemed like she was nearby, but that's not near enough apparently, because he was able to do what he got to do. Thank you to somebody else saw it, but you know, I'm saying, why is my question? Why would you think that a 12 and 13-year-old were able to defend each other if in case something happened, and this particular venue has already been known to you to cause problems? I'm not giving warrant to the guy for doing what he did. I'm just saying, if the kid wasn't in this position, this probably wouldn't have taken place. If the parents had done their job and not put their children out into the ether at 10 o'clock at night at a fair, knowing there's, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's hear what actually happened to our Mr. Randy here.
State prosecutors moved forward with defining Randy as a career criminal due to his previous charges in recent years, which include 1 count of robbery, 7 counts trespassing, 2 counts resisting, 2 counts aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 2 counts of threatening a public servant, 2 counts possession of cannabis, 6 counts of battery, 1 count of disorderly intoxication, and 2 counts of criminal mischief. Randy was held with no bond and pled not guilty.
When they were rattling that off, you remember commercials back in the early 2000s? It might have been earlier than that. Might have been like in the mid 90s to about, I don't know, 2010, 2011. Some of these commercials had more side effects than positives. you remember those commercials? And they'll tell you, it'll get rid of this and blah, blah, blah. And then for like, 15 seconds, they'll tell you the benefits. And then comes the rest of the commercial for about another minute and a half. Side effects may include and some of them death. And this is what they sound like when they're rattling off my dude's chart. All the side effects, very little positive, but a whole slew of side effects. They went on for almost a solid 30 seconds on this dude's charges, and he's talking quick. Man.
11 months later, he changed his plea to nolo contendere, meaning he did not admit guilt, but agreed to proceed as if he were guilty. The state also changed his charges prior to sentencing, likely due to a plea deal. Kidnapping was changed to false imprisonment, dropping the severity from a 1st to 3rd degree felony. Lewd conduct towards a minor and strong-arm robbery were both altered to child abuse, going from 2nd to 3rd degree felonies, and his charge for battery remained. Randy was sentenced to 5 years in prison with 336 days of jail credit. Assuming he serves a full sentence, he will not be released until December of 2027.
You know, maybe it's a good thing that he's off the street for 5 years, but listen carefully. 336 days of jail credit. Can somebody out there just enlighten me? Okay, enlighten me. If they tell you that you get 336 days of jail credit, what does that actually say about you? Is that like, oh man, that's a flex? What does it actually say? What would you what would you take from that? What would that tell you? That should tell you something about the individual. Man, 5 years is a short, really it's a short term. But again, we don't know what he would have done, but what he already did. It seems to, and this is just me, again, just me. There are some crimes that I can say, okay, that's a crime that we can look at and think it's a personal thing between one or two. The children, crimes against children, I think should naturally carry a heavier sentence. That's just me. I just think that if you have the wherewithal as an adult to do something to a child, a minor, it tells me something about your moral compass, your state of mind, and your ability to go through with just about anything if you can do it to a child. And I do believe that you deserve way more damn time for those activities. That's just me. But maybe I might be wrong. Maybe y'all might disagree. But at least he's off the street till 2027. We'll see if he actually stays in there. He looked like the person that would do the crime too, didn't he? If I didn't think he was guilty by what they were telling me when I saw him, I was like, nope, guilty. Call me a profiler if you want. Fine. Guilty. Cool. All right. Well, let me know what y'all think about this one. Do you think the amount of time he was given was enough? Do you think the man that punched him acted out of character? Shouldn't have done that. Should have left him alone. He was already leaving the scene. Just let the man go. Is that what he should have done? Or you think he did a good thing by stepping in because he possibly stopped somebody else's kid from being harmed fully? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And man, wow. We'll read your comments. I promise you that. And we'll get back to you as soon as we do. We'll catch you on the next one.
One wrong move, turn the present into the past. I don't ride for nobody, no badge, no crew. Truth don't play favorites, it just come through. I don't take sides, I take time and review, so to put it, let the context break through. If you clean, that stamp stay true. If you foul, that show up too. No miss, no spin, no cover up hype. Everything judged in plain sight.